and welcome, beautiful souls, to my channel, Light of Shaya. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to those of you who are new. I hope you enjoy the content, and welcome back to those of you who are returning. I simply want to say thank you so much for all of your support. I appreciate every single one of you. So today I'm bringing you a message from Spirit. So this is going to be whatever comes for whoever is drawn to this message. There's likely a message here for you. So as I was getting ready for things, I accidentally flipped over pages in the Bible here, and I've been incorporating these texts a little bit more frequently only because I've been drawn to doing that a bit more. And what's really fascinating is I was drawn to this. It is, not sure how to pronounce this, but I think the book is called Nahum, and it's chapter 3, verse 2. The noise of the whip, the noise of the rattling of the wheel, galloping horses and bounding chariots, horsemen charging, swords flashing, spears gleaming, many slain, a mass of corpses, and countless dead bodies. They stumble over the dead bodies. My goodness. This is really powerful here. It's almost gruesome, right? So there's something here that's really interesting. I'm being drawn to verse 6 now, which says, I will throw filth on you and make you vile and set you up as a spectacle. Now, what's really fascinating to me is that in yesterday's reading, there was a message there about a person who was willing to start a war for personal gain or something like that. And maybe this person has a very dark, they have a very dark, egocentric shadow self, right? They're very attuned to selfishness. They're all about themselves, right? Now, what's fascinating is that we do have a reference to the chariot there, which is overcoming difficulties, right? So if you have been dealing with a person who is a bit egotistical or appears to be doing you harm almost on purpose, you're going to be overcoming this situation. And what's going to be left behind is you're going to leave this situation in the dust. Whoever these people are in your life that may be treating you unfairly, Spirit has taken notice of them, and they will be basically called to their actions, right? They're going to have to answer to their actions, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start here with the Wisdom Keepers deck here. It's a very beautiful deck. I've been very drawn to it lately because the messages are beautiful. I love the questions for contemplation in this deck because it really does get down to the nitty-gritty, the questions we should be asking ourselves during our spiritual journey, right? Questions about why we believe the things we do, or just in general, parts of ourselves that we need to incorporate, integrate, and really try to understand about ourselves. So let's go ahead and see here. I'm feeling this card here. It's really interesting. Earlier when I did split the deck, this card was calling me. We have the determination card here. So there's something, remember that chariot energy is very determined. So there's something here about determination. So the card coming out here is Aspiration. Okay, number 54. Beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and read out of the book for this. So for Aspiration here, my gift to you. I bring the gift of aspiration. Look long and hard at the ways you're still driven by fear, competition, and the desire to serve yourself. Isn't that what I was just talking about? Holy moly. Okay. I come when it is time to start thinking about how to serve others and how to join forces in order to create a healthier, more sustainable world. Call out your inner Robin Hood. Start giving back. Think holistically. Find creative ways to more justly redistribute the resources on our planet. If you don't have money, donate time, energy, wisdom, and love. Remember, if you've been holding on to what you got, this is a good time to let it go. If you've been resisting others' generosity, it is a good time to receive. Keep it flowing and all will thrive. Beautiful. So it says here for the questions for contemplation, where is your life flowing? Where are you holding back? Is your integrity being compromised by your ambition? Has the desire to own and accumulate taken over your life? Have you given up on your ambitions out of disillusionment? Is your rejection of materialism preventing you from receiving? And how can you be more open to receiving? Very beautiful questions to ask. So one of the things that empaths and people attuned to the spiritual journey, people that are very loving and giving, have a hard time doing is receiving. right? This is something that requires practice for these people who are not used to it. I myself have had that difficulty in the past where I'm not used to having people give to me. I'm the one that must give, right? And there is an unhealthy dynamic there because this is referred to as people pleasing, which is not okay because you deserve to receive just as much as any other individual on this planet, right? So if you're used to paying for meals for other people, if you're used to doing things for other people, and other people have offered you and you've declined, it's time to start accepting people's help, right? If somebody offers to pay for your meal, accept it. If somebody wants to give you something, accept it. Say thank you and understand that that is a gift from the divine to you, right? Everything is in a loop, right? It's a cycle of give and take. It's always constantly moving, right? When we go against the flow of life, we start blocking things. And in this case, we are also speaking of materialism, right? So, those of us attuned to the spiritual journey do want to separate ourselves from the material realm, at the very least from the traditional way that it's looked at. But sometimes we get caught in this weird trap where we believe that because we're spiritual, we're not capable of abundance. Because we're spiritual, we're not allowed to receive money, right? Money is just an energy. It doesn't actually have any true value, right? The value that is given to money is that based off of a consensus of people, right? We all agree that a dollar or whatever your currency is, a pound, whatever it may be, that has value associated with the number attached to it. But it doesn't actually have any true value. It just simply is. Now that's usually referred to as, I believe, a fiat currency, right? Where it's a paper with a value associated with it. It doesn't actually have any value, but that's what we agree that it means, right? So there's something here in regards to materialism, and interestingly enough, remember how I said there's somebody maybe in your midst that may be a little bit egotistical or something like that. Be mindful of this person, but send them away with love and compassion, right? Don't indulge yourself in these people. If they're takers, if people just continue to take and take and take from you and never give in turn, it's time to put this person at arm's length. It's not okay for you to constantly give to somebody who's not willing to give back to you. That is not a healthy dynamic at all, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the message here. I'm going to be using the Wisdom of the Oracle cards here for additional messages to get into the message here from Spirit. All right, I hope you're all having a lovely day so far. Whatever it is that you aspire to do in life, this Aspiration card is also saying to go for it, right? When have you given up on certain things just because they haven't panned out the way that you wanted them to? Do remember that Spirit is also giving you what you need, not exactly what you want in the moment, right? And of course, we don't see the bigger picture sometimes. Like, granted, we can use tarot and things of that nature, a connection with Source, for the answers. However, some things are purposely left obscured for us because there are lessons that we need to learn, right? There are lessons that need to be learned. So let's go ahead and see what, it's really interesting. I'm being drawn to this, the Here and Now card. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have time to go and new life. Look at that. That's beautiful. Like I said, there's some sort of idea or thing that needs to be left behind in order for you to open up to a new life, right? We have the Go the Distance card at the bottom of that, followed by the Come to the Edge. There's something here. There's an idea or something that you can do that is very much capable of going the distance, whatever it may be. This could be a relationship or it could be a situation in work in regards to money. So the card that I was drawn to very strongly to pick from the bottom of the deck, we have the Here and Now card. And note how this card says past and future. There are two pathways here between the past and the future. There needs to be a sense of being present. There's something about being present. Presence is very important for what's coming up in the future, right? Because you are going to want to make decisions based off of the past in order to affect your future. But there are things about your past that are unhealthy that need to be let go of. There's something here in regards to needing to be completely present in the moment in order to make whatever this decision is. So we have here the Co-Create card, co-creating with Spirit. Beautiful. Followed by Serendipity. My goodness, this is absolutely beautiful. There is something coming in to your life that is going to help you out a great deal. Now, what's really interesting is if we reduce these numbers, 32 reduces to 5 and 40 reduces down to 4, right? And when I combine those, they're 9. Interestingly enough, 18 reduces down to 9 as well. There is a completion of a cycle coming towards you here. There's something that is definitely going to be left behind. Interestingly enough, this is another number 9 card. The time to go, right? 999. So some of you may be seeing triple digit numbers, in particular 999. But there is a completion of a cycle at hand. Whatever it is that you're co-creating with Spirit here, this serendipity card is like, you're going to be shocked by what it is that is coming into your life. I'm getting the sense that you're going to be blown away by whatever this is, right? Leaving the past in the past and moving towards your future, right? While being present in the moment, which is absolutely beautiful. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. I'm being drawn to use the Muse Tarot here for this particular reading. All right, Spirit, what is the message for us today? Alrighty, so went ahead and shuffled the cards. Let's see what the message from Spirit is. Okay, we got a few cards off the bat. We have the Ten of Voices following the Queen of Inspiration. Yeah, there's something done. Remember how that verse was speaking about like ending and betrayal and death and all that stuff? Not necessarily betrayal, but like war, a very warlike energy. So with this Ten of Voices, that's exactly what I'm picking up on. It's like death in the wake, like leaving death in its wake, right? There's something is done. Something is done. And I'll go ahead and clarify what that is. But what's coming out of this ending is this beautiful Queen of Inspiration, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here. Know the sense of peace that she's experiencing. And I always note that there's a white string dipping right into her third eye. There's something that you have a very deep intuitive awareness about, which is beautiful. Let's move this down a little bit here. I'll be flipping the camera angle around for you guys so you can see the board once I draw all the cards, okay? Very passionate. Wow, we have the Queen of Materials and the Page of Inspiration. It's really fascinating to me that we have this Queen of Inspiration, this Queen of Wands, followed by the Queen of Pentacles, right? Now, this could be two feminines, right? You could be dealing with another feminine person. Now, what's really fascinating to me is this Page of Inspiration here, mixed with the Queen of Materials, is giving me almost the sense of like this Queen of Wands and this Queen of Materials is one and the same, but the energies presented are different. There's something like that, like the way you present yourself out into the world. I feel like you're this Queen of Inspiration, but the way you present yourself to the world is this Queen of Materials. And internally, there is the Page of Inspiration, which is the essence of the Queen of Wands, right? It's a child. It's the beginner in the journey. Now, for others of you, I'm getting the sense to say that maybe this is a couple between two feminines, and they do have a child together. This could also be an idea that you're stumbling across with another feminine. And the reason I say feminine is because sometimes feminine can be somebody in a masculine body, right? Let's see here. Let's continue with this message. I'm getting that sense of serendipity, interestingly enough, from the Page of Inspiration. Look at that. Tower and Strength. This is powerful. The sense of empowerment. This tower is my favorite tower, probably out of all decks possible. Note this person. The total and deep sense of empowerment that comes from this card is incredible. It's incredible. Now we have this following the Strength, right? Leo energy. So we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius on the board now. Leo coming through strongly, of course. These combination of cards can sometimes indicate a need for action. If there are cards around them, around these sets of cards that are encouraging action, this is further emphasizing the need to take action. So let's see. Let's continue with the message. Knight of Cups. Okay, yeah, so there is action needing to be taken in a situation. Now we have, interestingly enough, we have the Knight of Emotions, as I said, Knight of Cups here. This could be in romance, right? A love offer coming in. We have the Scorpio energy here of death, an ending to romance, maybe. What's really fascinating is we have this ending to romance or ideas of romance, right? Doing everything from the heart space. doing everything that you do in love from the heart space, moving towards the 10 of emotions, right? That's really fascinating to me. Why is this death energy here, right? It's like maybe a love offer is made and things end, but what comes out on the other side is this 10 of emotions, which is the heaven on earth card. It's absolute bliss. It's satiety, right? Somebody who's very, very emotionally satisfied. Eight of inspiration. Wow. Yeah, okay, so if there's a situation here coming up, there is a need for definitive action, especially with the Fool card here. There is a need for action to be taken in a situation. That's fascinating. Okay. One more card. One more card. Oh, that's interesting. Now, the Five of Emotions and the Nine of... I wanted to say the Nine of Inspiration. I've been doing that lately with this card. The Nine of Voices is coming up. Someone's really, really stuck in their head about this because there's sadness attached to it. Whatever this action is likely that is required to be taken, there's a lot of sadness in regards to it, maybe grieving. Now, what's really interesting that I'm picking up on too is that there are messages coming through or trying to come through to you in a dream state about the sadness that you're experiencing in your life. Maybe if some of you have been feeling a sense of grief or sadness in your life, there are messages trying to come through to you in a dream state or in a sleep state, like you're in a light sense of sleep, and the messages have been trying to get to you, but you haven't necessarily picked up on it, is what I'm getting, oddly enough. I'm not getting the sense, I'm not getting the sense that that's an additional message. That is not what's coming up. That's an additional message in regards to whatever the situation is. And here we have the Fool and the Sun, moving towards absolute happiness. This combination of cards is living life on an earthly paradise. An earthly paradise, right? There's that serendipity. That serendipity is coming through here. It's like everything is working out perfectly. There's a state of bliss coming up within the near future here for you guys. Fool and Sun is absolute happiness. This is, like I said, it's like paradise on earth. And oftentimes my 10 of emotions is heaven on earth. So this is further amplifying that message. It's beautiful. Now, what's fascinating here is we have the Muse of Inspiration, which is the King of Wands, which is the coupling to the Queen of Inspiration, followed by the Hierophant, which is traditions, right? Morals and ethics, religion, for some of you, commitment, a higher level of commitment. But what's fascinating is we have the Seven of Emotions, which follows, which is like a confusion. There's a sense of confusion. Maybe this King of Inspiration, what I'm picking up on here, maybe a Leo, right? We have... Alrighty guys, so unfortunately my camera cut out. It only records up to like 18 minutes, 30 seconds. I was going on about this Muse of Inspiration with this Hierophant and Seven of Cups, right? There's something here about an idea, about maybe commitment or a religious belief system that is rather confusing to someone, right? Interestingly enough, we do have the Three of Wands followed by the World here. So there could be travel involved in the situation. I always get drawn to the 1221. The dominoes are mirrors here, and I always see that as 1221. So some of you could be seeing that number, 1221 a.m. or 1221 p.m., or just when you're out and about. That could also be in regards to the serendipity. Now, what's fascinating about this Tower and Strength card is, right, as I was saying, this does usually speak of needing to take action. Like if there are cards that indicate action, it is required. And I am seeing that. However, this combination of cards could also speak of a proud parent or a difficult friend. And I was saying something here about parenthood at one point, right, with this Page of Inspiration, right? Maybe there's a child here that you're very proud of. And this child of yours may be very romantic, or they may have a very big heart and they like to do things from the heart space. But there's something here about this death energy that is coming through. It's like maybe some of you, this message is obviously only going to resonate with you for you guys who have kids. There's an ending here of a situation about in regards to your child, which is actually bringing a lot of happiness, interestingly enough. It's like this, you're watching your child grow and become something new. Right? There's sudden movement here with the Eight of Inspiration, the Fool, and the Sun, moving towards an earthy paradise, a very happy set of conditions here, which is in regards to the serendipity. Now, sometimes this combination of cards could indicate a lack of power over events. We're going to have to look into what cards come up next in order to see whether or not that's the case. This card could also speak of good weather, interestingly enough. So maybe you're out and about with your kids or something like that, or you're out and about and you're just enjoying the weather, interestingly enough. But yes, there is this very beautiful energy coming through here with the Serendipity card. And I'm getting the sense here that things are going to start picking up in a very good light. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the, the camera angle around so you guys can see the board. And I'll see you guys in just a second. Alrighty guys, I am back. So this is what the board currently looks like. So we have these, this is really beautiful here. Whatever's going on here is incredibly beautiful. I can't help but pick up on that. Now, interestingly enough, these combination of cards could sometimes speak of somebody who's larger than life as well. And what's interesting about the Fool and the Tower is that this card, a combination of cards, could also speak of like growing pains. So maybe you're watching your kids grow up or something like that. For some of you who have children, for those of you who have children, you're like watching your kid grow up and there's something beautiful about it. It's like you're very proud of something that your child did. You're very impressed by something that they've done. And this is making you feel absolutely happy. There's absolute happiness here and excitement as a result of it. So that's absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm being called to clarify what this Ten of Voices is. I'm going to be using the Thoth deck for this particular clarification. What is this Ten of Voices about? Whoa, that's quite fascinating. Okay, so it's really interesting. The word betrayal came up in my head when I was clarifying this. So there could be a truth coming to light about a betrayal. Now, what's really interesting is, look at that. We have the Queen of Wands, followed by the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Swords. There is a truth coming to light. Maybe in terms, in regards to an ending with the Queen of Wands, right? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And remember how I was saying I was getting a sense that this Queen of Wands is also the Queen of Pentacles? For some of you, I'm getting the sense that this is your energy. Being very inspired, very creative, charming, brilliant, passionate. And this has come to an end because there's some sort of clarity that comes from the situation. There's a moment of absolute truth in regards to this. Now with the Nine of Cups, this is a wish fulfillment. Typically this card does speak of wish fulfillment. Maybe there's something about this Queen of Wands. I'm getting the sense this is both of your energies. For some of you that may not be the case. But there's something here about like an ending to an old way of being or something along those lines, right? Maybe your aspirations. Remember how we were talking about aspirations? Maybe there was something that you really aspired to do and you decided to put the last sword in it. But what's fascinating is that when this ending comes, you see a truth behind it. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. You see what it was that was bringing this energy about, right? There's an absolute moment of clarity here from this ending, right? It could have been very painful in nature, very uncomfortable to go through, but I feel like this is actually empowering you deeply, greatly. Now, for some of you, as I said, it could have been a betrayal of some sort from this Queen of Wands, right? A betrayal. And you figured it out. You found out what the heck was going on with these combination of cards. You know what this Queen of Wands did, whatever it may be. And maybe this is why this is a difficult friend, right? Remember how I was saying this could the possibility of a difficult friend here, right? And you're seeing this person for who they really are or something like that. And maybe there is a lack of power of events over the situation, but I'm getting the sense here more, this is more of that beautiful energy coming through this, right? Instead. Now, what's really interesting is I am being drawn towards clarifying what this Death card is about. What is this Death energy about? Hanged Man. Now that's interesting. Ah, look at that. Yeah. Ten of Swords. Okay, what I'm sensing here... Oh, this is fascinating, you guys. We have the Five of Discs followed by the Eight of Wands, which is what comes after this Ten of Emotions. I think you're going to see this ending in a different light. The Hanged Man does sometimes speak of seeing things from a very different perspective, a completely different one. All right, so that's really interesting, as I said, because it's like this Ten of Swords is being looked at in a completely different light. And now what's really fascinating is that when the Death card and the Hanged Man are combined, this can speak of a sudden, unexpected gift. Right? Remember how I was talking about receiving? There may be a gift, but somebody is worried about this, not being able to accept it. But I feel that once this gift comes in, this Ten of Swords is going to be looked at in a different light, for one. And secondly, it's allowing for forward movement, right? Forward movement. This ending is being seen in not only a different light, but it's also a sudden or unexpected gift, right? Maybe some of you were suffering monetarily, and this person is helping you out monetarily, and now the energy is moving forward. I mean, note the power in this and the power in this, right? That forward movement directly into the sun. It's like, boom. I'm getting the sense that this ending, whatever this death energy is, you're seeing this Ten of Voices in a very different light as a result of that. So some of you may have dealt with a situation where something appeared to be a betrayal or an ending, but the reality of the situation was that this Ten of Voices, I'm getting the sense, was actually an internal experience, that this was a belief. You believed that something was true when it was not, is almost what I'm picking up on. And this death energy is an unexpected gift, maybe even a love offer from a Leo or from a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or a Scorpio coming through very strongly. And this death energy is a revelation. It's a revelation about why this Ten of Voices happened, and now things can move forward in a much better light, is what I'm picking up on. Very interesting message. So it's a sudden or unexpected gift, right? Remember how I was saying receive? Serendipity, right? Serendipity. It's like, serendipity works in that way, right? It's unexpected. We don't necessarily expect it to happen, but because of the serendipitous event, this Ten of Voices is seen in a different light, and now there's a sudden or unexpected gift as a result of it. Now, I'm getting the sense here that the sudden or unexpected gift may not necessarily be monetary, but it can be. Now, for others of you, I'm sensing that the sudden or unexpected gift is the very thing, is the very realization that you're having about the situation, because it allows you to transform the situation into something much more beautiful. Let's continue with the message. Yeah, look at that. For some of you, this is in fact a monetary gift. The Ace of Materials is an opportunity being extended. Look at that. There's the resistance. There's the resistance. Okay, you guys, if somebody is making you an offer, especially if it's monetary in nature, don't be afraid to accept this, because I'm getting the sense that initially your response is going to say no. Seven of Inspiration here, right? It's like, no, I'm not interested. But remember how I was saying you need to be open to receiving? I feel like this is a situation where you may need to be open to receiving, right? Now we have the Page of Swords, or the Page of Voices in this deck, following the Four of Swords. I think you may be communicating to somebody. Now, it's really interesting. Some of you may be taking a shower or something like that when this message comes in. Now, for others of you, I think you're going to be communicating to somebody. If there was pain in this Ten of Swords situation, right? A betrayal, or you felt that you were betrayed, or something came to an end, you may communicate to this person through electronic means that you're healing, that you're currently taking a reprieve, trying to deal with your personal life, trying to really just focus on yourself is kind of what I'm getting here. And this opportunity is that's being presented, you're not necessarily open to it. Now look at that. Oof, I don't like that energy. Oh, look at that. We have the Emperor here. There was a lie. There was a lie. And what's really interesting is that this lie is not... What I'm picking up on, what's really fascinating, and note how the two sevens are on top of each other here, interestingly enough, and the two aces are on top of each other. The Nine of Voices and the Six of Emotions is coming up together. There's somebody in the past, maybe an Aries, that you were dealing with, may have lied to you, and they were very stuck in their head about it. They lied to you about a situation. Maybe it was an idea that they had, a sudden revelation that was had, and they didn't want to tell you about it. They didn't want to tell you about what this Ace of Inspiration was about. They did not want to tell you, but look at how this Ace of, I'm getting the sense this fire is the Ace of Inspiration. It's like this message has been trying to come through in their dream state. It's been happening for a very long time with the Six of Emotions. This could be a situation where somebody had lied to you in the past, right? That betrayal. You already likely know the truth, and you know what this lie was about. But this person didn't want to communicate to you about it. So I'm actually being drawn to clarifying what the Seven of Voices is about. This person was playing games, is kind of what I'm picking up on, interestingly enough, if you were dealing with a person. Yeah. The lie here, what's really interesting, Now, what's fascinating to me is that somebody lied to you about a dream that they had or something like that. That's one message that I got. Okay, what's really interesting is that somebody is secretly heartbroken over a situation. If you were dealing with love and that ended, somebody is actually lying about the great deal of heartbreak that they experience. With the Four of Swords, this is the Lord of Truths, which is coming to a point of reprieve, right? What's fascinating is I feel like you're the one communicating about the Four of Swords, but they're the ones lying about the situation in the first place, which is fascinating. It's like you're telling this person, I need time to heal or something like that. I need time for myself. I'm trying to take care of myself. And the lie is in the sense that this person is actually heartbroken over this because maybe they weren't expecting that reaction. And now they're really in deep contemplation about the past. They can't seem to let go of something. It's like now they're very, very much stuck in their head about something that occurred in the past. There's a sense of longing, of missing, of like wishing for things to have been different. The Seven of Cups, though, the Lord of Debauchery here, or the Lord of Debauch, there's something here about, remember that confusion? The confusion that we were talking about with the King of Wands? Maybe it is an Aries that you were dealing with who had lied to you about a situation in the past as to why they were confused. Maybe they were confused about something, but they lied about it. And this has brought them a great deal of heartbreak, a great deal of pain, right? And they too have been healing. But what's really interesting that I'm picking up on here is that because you're in the state of healing, now they're being forced to look at this repeatedly in their mind. It's like they're feeling guilty about a situation or something like that. Interestingly enough, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Nine of Swords, the Lord of Cruelty here. This person, whatever it is that they may have done in the past, is feeling. I'm getting the sense of like a deep state of contemplation and a very, very deep sense of regret or remorse or something like that, because they realize that they dug their own grave in a sense. It's really weird that I'm picking up on that. Now we have the Empress card here. So this could be in dealings with the divine counterpart, right? We do have the Empress and the Emperor on the board. I mean, well, in this case, you know, this was at the bottom of the deck. So somebody is very stuck in their head likely about this lie that they may have told you in the past. For some of you, this could have been your father, of course, with the Emperor. This is a father figure. They may have lied to you about an idea that you had or something like that. Maybe you're taking a bath or a shower or something like that, and you're communicating with this person, right? And they had an idea in the past that they lied about, right? And maybe it was because they were trying to avoid heartbreak, but by doing so, they actually caused it. Oddly enough. Right? And maybe this person is actually trying to give you a monetary gift and you're just not open to it. You're saying, no, I'm not interested in this. It's almost like you're saying to this person, I don't need your charity, oddly enough. Because you're vibing with the Fool and the Sun card, you're vibing. Yeah, look at that. We have an argument coming up with the Nine of Cups and the Five of Inspiration. Not seeing eye to eye. What's really interesting is that somebody may have a few drinks and then there's an argument as a result of this. Now, there is a wish fulfillment here as well with the Nine of Emotions. Something very happy, a great deal of happiness, but there's something here about anger. Now, this particular deck, what's really interesting about this particular card is that I always notice it's the same person. It's one person. I'm getting the sense this is an internal conflict for someone. And somebody didn't want to look in the mirror. Somebody didn't want to look in the mirror. Now, I can't help but notice the mirror in the like pelvic area here and the Ace of Inspiration here. So this could have been in sexual matters for some of you. Doesn't have to be the case. But this person, remember how I said they dug their own grave? Note how this person dug their own grave. There's a hole here falling into the hole. It's like they dug the hole. Oh my God. They dug their own grave in a sense. It's really odd that I'm picking up on that. That's quite silly. Okay, so let's continue here. It's like, yeah, look at that. Okay. There's the Five of Materials. Remember how there was with the Five of Materials earlier, how that came up with the Death card? Here it is again, being presented. But I don't feel like this is your energy. Right? This is you. Time to go. You found your new life. That's what it is. You found your new life. You left this situation behind, right? After this ending, you saw the truth about your power, about how beautiful you are or something like that. Like you were very deeply empowered. right? And you realize this person may have been a difficult friend or something like that, that they were actually not as kind as they appeared to be, or they weren't necessarily the person that they had claimed to have been, right? And what's really interesting is that maybe this person had a great deal of ego in play here, right? And they got caught up in their aspirations, their own desires, what they wanted. They didn't think about you at first, but now they're trying to make up for what they did in the past. But now it's almost against a sense of like you saying it's too late or something like that. And there's a sense of abandonment here with the Five of Materials here. Oh, wow. Look at that. We have the Hermit and the Temperance card coming out together. This person is going to be very surprised likely by your reaction, or it's going to be coming to me as this card. I know this is a Temperance card, but I always get drawn to the face here. It's like a disbelief. I feel like this person's in disbelief, interestingly enough. I'm like really looking at this because I feel like you're living in this earthly paradise. This is what I'm getting, right? The new life. You're going the distance with yourself. You figured yourself out. You're exploring this new life. You figured out life for yourself and you're dancing. You're just a dancing, not given a care in the world. That's what the Fool and Sun is coming through as, right? You're living in this earthly paradise that you created for yourself. And this person likely it may have caused an ending with you or something like that, where they may have betrayed you or like ended things with you, whether it's a friend or family member. I even want to say coworker, but something ended. Something ended, and this person, I'm getting the sense, is like coming full circle, right? For some of you, this could have been a father figure or a boss, and now they're trying to come in because I wanted to say they effed up. They effed up. Something that they did, they lied to you about something and they effed up, right? They were very stuck in ego, in fulfilling their own needs. And now this person is being forced to look in the mirror and they're sensing the sense of, they have a deep sense of abandonment now. They've lost out on something. Now, when the Hermit and Temperance card are combined, sometimes, okay, so this could represent a powerful creative relationship. Now, what's really interesting that I want to say is that you may have been dealing with a person who had narcissistic traits with this Emperor card. And this person created a relationship with you. This is probably only going to resonate for a few of you. This is a really interesting interpretation that I'm getting here, is that this person created this illusion of like your relationship, right? It was like a made-up relationship for this person. It was a made-up relationship for this person. But what's really fascinating is that they ended up biting themselves in the ass, if that makes sense. If this person played you or did something like that where they led you on or they made believe that you guys were together, or it's really weird that I'm picking up on this, but this person created like a false relationship with you, thinking to themselves, this person is always going to be like stuck on me, or like... Remember that aspiration? There's that Nine of Emotions. It's like, this is going to make me happy, is what this person was saying. Is that if I keep this person around and I pretend to be in a relationship with them, they're not going to be able to let me go, or something like that. But you, with this Ten of Voices, are seeing this ending in a very different light, especially with the Death card. It's like, I'm over this situation, or this doesn't really bother me anymore because I'm over it. And this person is shocked because they're like, wait, the roles have reversed. It's like the roles have reversed. And interestingly enough, the Hermit and Temperance, when combined, could be a tendency to fall into like a victim mentality, like a self-pity. It's like almost like this person is caught up in self-pity now, right? There's that Nine of Voices coming through here. It's like this person is, I wouldn't even say ashamed, because this person may not even actually feel ashamed for what they did, but they're realizing what they did, and now they see that they're the ones that lost out, right? And now they're in this deep set of pity and sad. They're throwing a massive pity party for themselves because they missed out. they missed out on whatever this opportunity was with you. Very fascinating. Whoa. Now that was an interesting message. I'm actually feeling drawn to pull a few more cards. Look at that. We have the Hanged Man and the Justice card. Yeah, like I said, this situation has been flipped on its head. And This person is answering for their karma. This person is answering for their karma. Seven of materials. Oh my God, this is silly. There's the Chariot. Wow, victory. Yes. Okay. I could have sworn, I mean, I did read out of the Bible, right? I could have sworn there was something here about chariots or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe that was for yesterday's reading. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm trying to pick up on exactly what this message is, but as I said, I feel like if you were dealing with the person who like led you on, or somebody who betrayed you, or somebody who appeared to be one way, but you found out they were actually something else, the situation has been flipped with this Hanged Man. That's exactly what I'm getting. It's like the situation has been flipped. Now there is a sense of the roles, the tables have turned. The tables have turned is what I'm picking up on. Now what's really fascinating between this Hanged Muse and this Justice card is sometimes it resembles a person who is fond of rites of passage. It's like an initiation. You know how like they do stuff like that? Or I've never actually done this, but you know, like in fraternities or things along those nature, you know, you have to go through a whole ritual to get into the actual fraternity, right? There's something here like the only way you can get in is if you actually pass this rite of passage or something like that, right? And what's fascinating to me is that this combination of cards could also indicate romantic feelings that are dominating someone's thinking, right? So if this person tried to play you or created this false relationship with you or something along those lines, things have been flipped up on their head. Now this person is literally thinking about you like day and night is what I'm picking up on. And with this Seven of Materials here, there's waiting. There's a sense of waiting here. Now these combination of cards could also speak of like nervous breakdowns that are caused by somebody being stubborn, which makes a whole lot of sense with this Nine of Voices here. Somebody is very stuck in their head about the situation, can't let it go. The roles have been reversed if you were dealing with the person who, in a sense, like betrayed you, because I'm picking that up with the Ten of Voices. You are over it. You're like, I don't really care about this anymore. Like I already moved on with my life. Why are you back? Is kind of what I'm picking up on. Like, why are you here? I don't really care. Now, what I am sensing here is if there is a monetary offer or something like that, feel free to take it, is what I'm getting. You're not going to want it, but I'm getting the sense that you should take it just because you deserve it, is what I'm sensing. Because if this person did, in fact, do something incorrect to you, something that was unfair, unjust, I feel that you should accept the offer. If you're not interested in a romantic relationship with this person, that's fine. But if they want to like take you on a date or something like that so you guys can talk and they want to pay for your meal, let them freaking pay for your meal because you deserve that, right? It's like, this is going to be like an up yours kind of thing where like, yeah, you can pay for me, but I'm like moving on with my life, right? Investing into myself, right? Investing in things that actually I'm worthy of. And with the Chariot card here, this is absolute victory. It's like you're leaving something in the dust, right? This patience, this rite of passage or whatever, you've overcome it, whatever it may be, if it was a rite of passage, if at all. Goodness me. That was a really interesting message. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards from the angel prayers just to wrap up the message here to see what the angels have for us today. God, the gall of this person. I'm like, what is this? What the heck is this all about? Regardless of what's going on with you guys, if you did deal with this person, like you're coming into some really beautiful energy. Like screw this person. This person isn't worthy of your time. Okay, let's see here. Healthy choices. All right. Thank you, angels, for guiding me to make healthy decisions. Yep. What is good for you, guys? Choose that, whatever that may be for you. We have the Spiritual Abundance card. Thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. All right, that's beautiful. Yeah, I feel like you guys are coming into a very spiritually abundant place. I feel like you guys are going to be very happy within the near future. There's a sense of living like an earthly paradise, if you will. Like you're going to be so attuned to your life, what you're doing with your life, making healthy choices for yourself, really just standing up for yourself and feeling yourself, which is beautiful. That's exactly what you need to do in these situations, right? Connect with music. Now that's interesting. Followed by move your body. Okay, so we have thank you, angels, for inspiring me through music. And we have move your body. Thank you, angels, for motivating me to move my body and energy. So what's really interesting here is there's something here in regards to you moving around to music, right? Maybe this is at a party or something. Maybe you're dancing. Now, this could be a call to connect with music and move your body, right? Like do some exercise. Feel free to listen to some music, right? Dance your heart away, you know, dance your life away, right? Come to the edge is kind of what I'm picking up on here, right? Just really just vibe, you know, stay in that high vibrational state by just being silly, you know, by just enjoying your life, move your body, do your thing. I get the sense that this is also energy to come. Energy that is definitely coming towards you. Now, this is beautiful. We have spiritual gifts, Archangel Raziel. Thank you, Raziel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents, followed by the Signs from Heaven card, which says, thank you, Heaven, for sending me reminders of your presence. Now, a lot of you have been getting insights into whatever this situation is. Signs from Heaven have been dropping down towards you, and your spiritual gifts are very, very much attuned at this time. Now, I'm also getting the sense to say that your intuition is going to be leading you through the situation, and if you're questioning whether or not you're on the right path, the signs from heaven will be coming in. You'll be starting to see more synchronicity, right? Serendipity, right? Seeing more signs from heaven, you're going to start realizing when you're on the right path. Although I'm sensing you're already well on your way, but I feel like maybe some of you may doubt yourselves a little bit here and there, right? Because of people like this. And you're going to be like more attuned and more aware of this. Now, what's really fascinating here is that at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Inner Power card, the Divine Father, which says, Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me, which is, boom, co-creation. You're co-creating with Spirit. You are in a very high vibrational state that allows you to co-create and manifest the things that you want in your life. Because you're stepping into this beautiful power, you are able to co-create whatever it is that you want in your life. And people like this will be exiting your life. People like this who are not worth your time are going to be vacating, okay? You're going to push them away. You don't have to be forceful about it either. You know, you can be nice about it. And I'm getting the sense that likely a lot of you were nice about this situation or will be, but you're just like, you're not interested because you're vibing with yourself. You're feeling yourself, right? Now, for others of you, this is in regards to a father figure. As I said, this could be a boss or it could be your actual father, a situation that you dealt with in regards to that, right? Maybe they lied to you about something and you've come to realize why they did it. That doesn't excuse their behavior. I feel like maybe most of you are going to forgive this person is what I'm sensing, but that doesn't mean you're going to actively deal with them afterwards is what I'm picking up on. Some of you will, some of you won't. It's really up to you as to what choices you want to make. But remember, healthy choices, choose what's healthy for you. Choose what is right for you. If somebody you know has been doing things that are wrong to you, it's time to leave these people behind, right? Healthy choices. Remember, takers, toss them away. Takers will only ever take, right? If they're capable of giving, take the gift. That's okay. You're allowed to take it, right? If this person does make a monetary offer or some sort of offer to you, feel free to take it. I mean, trust your intuition, of course, when it comes to this, but I'm getting the sense here that you're allowed to take whatever this person gives you, is what I'm getting. You're allowed to take it because you deserve it. Don't be afraid to take it, but that doesn't mean you need to continue to invest in the person. Does that make sense? It's like, this is your due. This is what your just due is. You deserve to have this, whatever this offer is, but that doesn't mean that you need to really have this person in your life, right? Now, if they are capable of being healthy and making right decisions, right? We all have free will here. If they're capable of making up for the shit that they put you through, take that opportunity if you want to, but at the end of the day, that's up to you, okay? Alrighty. Holy moly, this is a massive message. Anyway, if you guys felt this reading resonated, feel free to leave a comment down below. I always love hearing from you guys. And of course, if you did enjoy the reading, please do hit that like and subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Take care.